Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Kerbal Space Program. My goal this episode is to test this one right here on an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. I wish they just said out of Kerbin's sphere of influence, but anyway, I've gone down this road many times. But I also got some new contracts that seem really easy, so I think I want to knock those out first. If only for science and also, like, the level of prestige, even if it is trivial. I mean, actually, testing the parachute doesn't seem trivial at all. And if we do both of these, it should give us enough science to get aerodynamics, or at least the next level of something. So let's just start with this. Test the hammer solid fuel booster at the launch site. Kerbin launch site is the easiest thing in the world. I'm not worried about this financially. We'll just, save this, obviously, then make a new one. Effectively, I just want to do this. That's what I want to make right there. And this should actually get the job done. It's going to cost us almost as much as we make. There's no parachute on it. Which, again, we could knock two birds out at once, but we'd have to cancel one of our contracts or pay for an upgrade, which I'm not going to do right now. So this, assuming we don't die in the process, this should be a pretty simple mission here to test this out. So we'll hit T, SAS on. Either it doesn't matter what the throttle is. No, you want to do it like this. Okay, and then contract up. Kerbin, test launch site. I mean, can we just right-click on it? Well, it is running the test, that's for sure. Mission accomplished. Get that out of here. Now just don't die in the process. This thing basically should just go straight up, so I think we've got a good head on our shoulders. And it's the easiest prestige in science of all time. Wow. You know what? It's also taught me a valuable lesson. When your ship is very light, it also travels very far. And it does so very quickly. Like, we hit 115,000 apoapsis in like no time. I didn't make a decoupler. Wait, yes I did. There we go. Put me on speed 1,000,000 as we... I mean, can we do what... We're not going to get much science, if any, but... Like, try to give me something for it, at least. This, I really did not expect to hit 115,000 for our apoapsis. I thought we'd hit like 8,000. Just goes to show you, I've been putting so much mass on my other ships that I thought like one solid fuel booster isn't going to do anything. Are you kidding me? And yet here we are. Again, mostly just worried about living. But if we live... No problem. I understand you only get science for novel stuff, but it's like a secondary concern for me right now. Oh, look out! Half the ship has become the surface of the very planet you have exited. How ironic. I love that this guy still loves being in space. That's cool to me. Now, it's, let me rephrase what I was about to phrase. Pretty much everywhere is gonna be hot. Because we're coming straight up, straight down. You're probably going to survive. Wow. That was, like, ideal. This one simple mission has proven to me that I still have so much to learn. Okay, you're drifting. You got anything for me? Oh, let's go. Can we see the launch pad? I cannot. All right. Come on, come on. Living for the money. Come on, come on. Let me hear your money talk. Kerbin, can you just, like, jump at this point? Maybe a little high up. He's good. Okay, so we should get some extra science as well for the crew report, and that might allow us to get our next research level, and it does, actually. And we've completed our mission, or at least we should have. And the next step is test the parachute in flight over Kerbin, which also seems very easy. from space around Kerbin. I don't know what that means, and thus it scares me. So we want this. Test the parachute above Kerbin. This seems very easy to do. Accept the contract. Let's go to R&D quick. I think... What does flight control give us? Okay. Yes. Advanced rocketry gives us better engines and a bigger fuel tank, but we don't have to worry about part limits so much anymore, so I don't think it's a huge problem. Basic science. That seems like a smart idea. Allows us to get maybe more science is my hope and dream here. We do want to do EVA stuff in the future here. Cutting edge self-contained laboratory. I mean, we want more science. So I think going more science right now makes sense, even though aviation also makes sense. I'm going to go for it. Space exploration, is that our next... Is that how we get EVA? Oh, we can make rovers at that point. Dude, don't even talk to me about the size of this tech tree. I see it. So we just need to test the parachute. There's certain parameters for this. But I think the basic gist of it is going to be... I'm not going to worry about much here. We need to fly. So I'm going to make fuel tanks. And we're going to have this, like, completely with one engine, I think. Because we shouldn't need more than one engine. And some... I mean, probably wings is the smart play. Give me 4 wings. What could go wrong? And then we're going to save it. It's not a hammer test anymore. We're testing the parachute. We can just run the test at some point, and then it should be fine. But we want to decouple before we do. Otherwise, it might shred the parachute here. So SAS on, obviously. No stabilizers. Flying at 1,000 to 6,000 meters at 40 to 200 meters per second. (1,000 to 6,000 meters). This should be so easy. We just want to avoid going too fast. So we're just going up to 1,000 meters, basically, which is going to happen any second now. Okay. We're going to decouple and drop effectively a missile. Yeah, that... I mean... So the thing is, you didn't really decouple as well as I would have liked, so I'm just going to roll myself off of you here and, like, see you later, rocket. That's probably fine. I should have cut the freaking gas before I let go of it. But it's just going to harmlessly pollute the ocean for, you know, several Earth generations. So, no big deal. I do sort of worry that... Oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. Hey, nobody got hurt. Hey, nobody got hurt. Boo-boo. This has got to be some kind of new record, though. Easy missions, but we actually completed the tests on them as requested. You did not die, which was very nice for me. Okay, so that was like a little appetizer course here, and we got some stuff done. Got some extra money. No XP gain. I don't buy it. Focused atmospheric study. Take pressure reading. No, I don't want to fly to a place, is the thing. Explore the moon? That's on my list, no doubt. But again, I have to do a tutorial to make that happen. I don't know what flying is, which is what concerns me. But that actually worked, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Let's leave the facility. We're going to go back to the vehicle assembly building. And we're going to load up... Why did I name these so bad? Test escape trajectory. That's the one. Name them so badly, I should say. So we learned something. maybe instead of this, which is ridiculous, we should just do a longer second phase. Like, keep the first phase the same, because we need thrust in the first phase to get off of the surface. But in the second phase, do we need 2 engines? Like, the engines are very heavy, or 3 engines, I should say. The engines are very heavy. Even though this looks horrendous, this might be good enough for, in terms of, like, maximizing our fuel usage. And then we use, I mean, it doesn't matter whether we use radial decouplers or not, because we have the testing part up here, so we'll keep it cheap and easy. Like that. What do you think about that? The answer to this question is I have no idea what to think about that. And then we want, like, a lot. You're like, you're doing so good. Why'd you have to mess it up now? But no, I feel like, well, we're not doing anything with this part up here is the problem. Can we put, like, science modules attached to it? Experiment storage unit. Look, I'm not going to suggest that this is a good idea. What I am going to suggest is that is the idea I'm rolling with right now. Those are never going to survive re-entry. Well, especially because they're going to be jettisoned when this thing gets tested. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got all this other science up here, so tell you what, get rid of this stupid science. This is not very aerodynamic. It looks like the car that Homer created on The Simpsons. But that's science, baby. Probably. Just put one of these up here. Completely out of line with any of the centers of symmetry here. They are still attached to the radial decoupler. Dude, this looks horrible. Get off of there. And by the way, I just want to say, ye of little faith. I know what you're saying out there about me right now. I think this will actually work. But we need a little bit more thrust, in my opinion. But then I think it'll actually work. What if we got rid of these and got rid of, well, made these like 5 or 6 prong? Can we then put 6 solid fuel boosters off of a single? Yeah. You know there's no nose cones there, but why wouldn't we put nose cones? We can afford it now. Give it a shot. And certainly in this case, I think a launch stabilizer, not a bad idea. Launch this, okay. These will decouple. This will fire at full speed. Did I not put a decoupler in the middle? No, I must have. These are just for a test. I didn't put a decoupler in there? What's this then? I think I just put a fuel tank like directly below the engine. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's a common mistake on my behalf here. Go like this. Okay. That's right. Yeah, if it's wrong, I don't want to be right. Launch stabilizers and these fire simultaneously. Then they all decouple. And this engine fires. This is where we get into fuel efficiency. This thing should never fire until we tell it to. Where's the decoupler that I just made? Wait. This decouples. This fires. There you go. Then this decouples and this fires. Yeah, okay. And then these, never lose them. Just test them after you fly here. Let's go. I'm not optimistic necessarily. Please tell me we've got the right crew for this mission, by the way. Yep, that's him. Yeah, this looks good. This looks real good, dude. Looks freaking sweet. Plus 7.5 science. That's not that bad. Can we run a test on this? Doesn't say run test, but we can decouple it. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna work. Oh, this thing is going up. Am I right or am I right? So we put no fins on this thing, which in hindsight is seeming a little stupid. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna revert this flight back to the vehicle assembly bay because it's not looking right. First off, we need to make this at least bilaterally symmetrical. Secondly, or put it in like one of these bays. We should probably just have it before the crew pod. We'll think about it. It's not a good idea what we have here. But then fins, dude. The more fins, the merrier. That's just the rule of science. Look at that. Okay, now there's no way this thing goes wrong. 100%. How could it go wrong? There's so many fins, and there's so much science. So give me that 7.5 science. SAS on. Staging's gotta be, right? We didn't change too much. This should pop like the last. Alright. We got a little roll on this thing. He's pulling it back. He's pulling it back. He has pulled it back. The man is such a great pilot. He accidentally did a gravity turn. He's still occasionally running into trouble here. Like, this thing's sort of a missile, I think. Okay, so slow your roll here. Slow your roll here. You're still climbing. I'm hip. I'm cool. I'm with it. Tucka 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 tucka. Apoapsis is rapidly falling. We're just slowing our roll here, quite literally. It's gonna work. I can tell you with certainty this is gonna work. This is how you do it. Right here. What did I tell you? Once you have thrust, you can control it again. So obviously this is not going to work, and I'm being an idiot. So what we're going to do is revert flight, go back to vehicle assembly. I actually think it's these things destabilizing me. We're going to give that a quick test to see if it works. It might also be the 50 solid fuel boosters. Such a good sound. Yeah, so it turns out I think it's the 50 solid fuel boosters. So let's revert to vehicle assembly again. We got, I mean, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. But we should have less solid fuel boosters. I don't know if I'm being a little bit naysaying by say-naying that, but we'll see. So let's try it with a stack of 4 solid fuel boosters. And I'm talking about the big ones, of course. These things should then be down here. They do need... The other ones, I don't think I get... Wait, I did give them all aerodynamic nose cones, didn't I? Now, admittedly, this is less fuel. It's less hardened power, but if the thing actually flies right, it should be way more fuel efficient. It doesn't matter if the car goes fast if you can't steer it towards where you want to go, right? So again, I resent this, but oh, I didn't put launch stabilizers on this one. So it's actually this is actually correct. Could be better, but honestly, relatively not horrible, I think. Kind of doing the gravity turn for us, you know. Oh, I've instituted a roll. That was me. But we are still going straight up, and we're doing so quite the speed here. You didn't decouple these. What? What? They're not attached to the decouple. Explain this to me. The decouplers just fell off. I mean, we're accelerating like almost at 0 right now. Or very low, at least. I wouldn't say I'm mad, but I'm like a little mad. How did that happen? You're attached to the decoupler. Okay. We got a much lighter rocket now. Just put 3 of these things around. They launch, they decouple. Are they actually attached to the decoupler? They certainly look like it. You hit the engines, you hit the floor, next thing you know, the shorty got low. Okay. Again, I think our fins are imbalanced, and that's leading to us having a roll in our ship. Could also be wise to have, oh, I hit the Windows key, to have launch stabilizers, but here we are. Already rolling. Which I hope describes your feelings as you start watching a Kerbal Space Program episode. But look at that. Why do a gravity turn when you could just build your rocket to do the gravity turn for you? It's perfect, majestic, Calvin Klein. I'm actually not joking. This is like a near perfect gravity turn. By my ignorant standards, at least. I don't know about this one. But we should get a lot of fuel efficiency out of it. Because again, I don't think we're using that much fuel to lift fuel. There you go. You got it. Apoapsis. We want this to be around... last time we did 125, and it was actually good. This phase actually might need to be more engines, less fuel tanks. Because we need more thrust to get this apoapsis up a little bit faster. This is a slow burn. Despite being at full speed. So again, we should be burning at the prograde marker. We still got like half the fuel left. We might be able to make it work at 80,000. Like we could try, yeah, like an 85,000 apoapsis and get orbit just to save some fuel. But I think that's a runtime correction I wish I didn't have to make. But it will give us a chance, I think. And you know what? If we are able to successfully make an adjustment on the fly, I would be super stoked. That would be like an amazing turn of events for us at this point in time. So once we get to about 85,000, we're going to try. But it's not a very healthy apoapsis, I'll be honest with you. It's going to take a while to get around it. At least by my standpoint, it's not a very healthy apoapsis. I also am ignorant, so I might not know what it takes. It's like we're driving a rear-wheel drive car right now. All the power's coming from the back. It's hard to control. No jokes about that. Okay, 85,000. We could probably hit it at 85,400 is my guess. Still be fine. Let's just keep our nav ball adjusted. Big strides in piloting, I think. Even the nayest of naysayers have to agree on that. So we're looking for 85,400 is going to be our altitude when we hit it. Quiet on the comms, please. 84.7, 84.8, 84.9, 85, 85.1, 85.2, 85.3, 85.4, 85.4. That was like 6 meters away from apoapsis. So I don't expect this stage to allow us to hit an escape trajectory. Remember, we should be at the prograde marker, basically. But I think this rocket has been kind of botched to begin with. I don't even know if our next phase is going to be able to make it into orbit. We're going to get a lot more thrust out of it now. Because we just jettisoned a bunch of empty fuel canisters. So we're going to hit orbit somewhat soon, but no, we're not going to have enough fuel. It's a good test flight at least, just to see if we can get to escape velocity. Our apoapsis was just garbage. I think we need a little bit more thrust in that second stage, which probably means we need more thrust in the first stage. Okay, so now we at least have like a periapsis that exists. So we're gonna accelerate on the escape velocity, or sorry, on the prograde marker. Until we fulfill escape trajectory, or we run out of fuel, whichever comes first. It's going to be fuel. It was fuel. Really, though? Because it seems like it shouldn't be fuel. We're on, like, to me, this looks like an escaped velocity. But anyway, revert flight. I actually think we've got a good, thing going here. What we need to do, though, is, like, have these. Tomo, you want to come in, buddy? You're my #1 scientific helper. Alright, so you probably need to more than have these. So we got 6 right now. Instead of doing 6, let's do 2 times 4. Which is a number I can't even conceive of. So go like this. Okay, well, here's the thing. What if it went like... So, here's the thing. We are going to reattach those decouplers. That's the idea, at least. They're you know what I mean. They're not decouplers. They're, something manifolds. But, so we're going to give ourselves slightly more than double the fuel and double the engines. Probably need even more than this, but I'm going to live with this for now. And then, because we got more fuel weight, we also want, like, this is a decoupler, is it not? No, it's just an engine. Okay, I'm gonna throw a decoupler down. I'm gonna make like a weird rocket. No, that's the big one. That's a second decoupler. We definitely have a decoupler on there already. Yeah, okay. Tomo, what's the problem, buddy? Was Ruka mean to you? And then, like, a structural fuselage. You sort of see what I'm getting at here? Maybe, maybe not. Hopefully these aren't that heavy, right? 0.1 tons? It's not that heavy. And then... I kind of want 4 radial decouplers. I don't know if we should use solid fuel boosters for these, because, like, it seems like it gets a little unwieldy. These need to be, like, extremely symmetrical. Otherwise, we're gonna have some problems. But this I think works to start here. You see what I got going on here? Like, they should definitely be under the... under the other components as much as possible. Well, if they're not going to be directly under, we should just take them even lower. Like this. Yeah, but like not on an angle like that, you weird man. Like that. Yeah, okay. Okay. This is a ticket right here. Why can't you... Because I can't get my mouse any lower. That makes sense. So I actually want to do it like that. Yeah, that changed nothing. If anything, that actually made it worse. Okay. Alright, well, sure. There you go. So you can spring for a few extra aerodynamic cones, I'm sure. Yeah, these ones don't need aerodynamic cones, but I'll put it on anyway. So you're gonna give me some launch stabilizers as well. I've lost the plot, I think, is what I'm trying to tell you at this point. I'm not convinced this is gonna work at all, but that looks pretty cool. So these are gonna fire. The stabilizers are gonna go, then these are gonna fire. Then this is gonna decouple, and these 2 engines are gonna go. Yeah, that's the ticket. Then this decoupler is, no. Wait, yes. Then that decoupler is gonna go. And this decoupler is gonna go. And then this engine's gonna fire. Save it up. Oh! And then these are just for testing, dude. Put like 2 manifolds on here to keep our mass as low as possible. Mostly this is just to fulfill the conditions of the flight, which I understand also already worked for us, and now I'm trying to reinvent the wheel. What have you done? That almost made me throw up. Okay, SAS. No, not the decouplers to start. What? These go at the end. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's go. SAS is on. Let's do this, buddy. Doesn't look quite as steady as I was hoping for. We have a roll, but it's so much minor, or so minor relative to the rolls that we've introduced in the past. So as far as I'm concerned, this is like a new height of stability for us. He says before it explodes in midair. Still a lot of fuel left on these, but that's what these solid fuel boosters are for. They're missiles to get me into outer space. And we are looking for like 120,000 apoapses. So, wait, next step. 4 radial decouplers, 2 engines, correct. Why, though? Like, you see... The decouplers are gone. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand the problem. Anyway, apoapsis is getting up there. We're carrying a lot of junk around with us. You should be destroyed. Get off. Are you connected to the top? Am I losing my mind? It's an apoapsis that actually works. Why do I have so much trouble getting these solid fuel boosters? We didn't do a gravity turn at all. Revert. Wait, this is a long episode, but like I was very confused for most of that. Why does the decoupling not decouple them? They're not connected. And they are connected to a decoupler, I think. Okay, get rid of this, get rid of this. We gotta do something about this, because this is getting silly. Obviously that works. Let's just give this a quick test. They don't have aerodynamic nose cones, so of course we know that's the major problem here. Or launch stabilizers, for that matter. These things aren't gonna last very long, is the thing. Can't you put like 6 of them on top of each other, and even without decoupling, they just like feed fuel into each other, or am I losing it? I mean, honestly, these still get you kind of a surprising distance. Are you decoupling properly? No, there's 4 decouplers. These two should not be going yet. We gotta work on our staging in a big way. See, this should decouple at that stage as well. There's no reason for that not to happen. So this is obviously, again, not gonna work, but we've worked out a couple of kinks. Oh my god. Alright, okay. That was a rough draft anyway. What happens if you have 2 of these at the same time? They automatically make a decoupler? Give me a second. I think I've got some mad genius going on. Plus, when you've dug yourself in this deep, you might as well just keep going, right? Yeah, so that's definitely gonna do it, like 100%. And then these go, obviously. And then we don't have any fins, and the fins, you know, those are helpful. So put some basics on here. That's everything the body needs. And then this decoupler, this one right here, it's got to come down. And it's after all of the solid fuel boosters go. Now just the, oh, now I've done it. It's just the decoupler, see, is the thing. Just that part. Yeah, okay. Like that. Let's go, psh, 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 decouple. I like that. I like that a lot. This decoupling does not happen ever. Yeah, those don't even need to, maybe they still do, but either way, get out of here. Then, oh, that's why I was holding on before, I think. These fire, no problem. Then you get rid, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the ticket, that's the ticket. This is gonna be the one, dude. This is gonna be the one that's gonna make me quit this game. No, this is gonna be the one, I can tell. It's written all over it already. So you gotta, like, launch it. Obviously, that's the, oh. Yeah, okay. Problem solved. What happens when the next one fires into the one directly below it? That's what concerns me. Oh, you just get a little extra thrust. Revert! Revert! I gotta give this one more go, because we've reached peak idiocy. Get out of, get deleted, son. It's like there's too many parts to delete them. What if, hear me out here, 2 solid fuel boosters? I don't know why you refuse to connect in the way that makes the most sense. It does. Whoa, they connected perfectly. Disregard everything I've previously said. Everything is perfect. But they do need a decoupler under them, weirdly enough. Do we even need, like, any of this, then? Kind of seems like the answer is no. But this is not enough thrust. Surely, this can't be enough thrust. If it is, my whole life's a lie. No, you had it. You had it under control. Oh, it's beautiful. I still give this a low chance of working. Probably fairly intelligently. But we've experimented a little bit. We did complete 2 contracts at the start of this, so... Oh, that looks normal. We did complete 2 contracts at the start of this, so to me, it's almost like we've already succeeded. It's doing its own gravity turn again. But this is too much of a turn. There's still too much gravity on planet Kerbin. You don't want to do this yet, but the heading is so perfect. Accidental gravity turn machine? I don't know, dude. It's our apoapsis. We got no chance. I'll tell you straight up, we got no chance. But you know what? We learned a little bit. A lot about living and a little about love. I'm gonna direct us back to the surface, because really, like, if this isn't gonna work, little dicey. We might as well just turn ourselves into a cruise missile and deposit our corpse as close to the launch pad as possible. That's my philosophy, at least. Obviously, I'm just going to revert this flight midway, but... Get SAS off. I don't need your autopilot nonsense, okay? I'm going home. He's done it. Anyway, we're reverting. In many ways. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. We did accomplish those early contracts. We got to figure out... Go back to our previous rocket design, get it to space, get to that escape trajectory, and then get back to Kerbin. I think we just overthought it a little bit towards the end here, but thank you for indulging me. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and thanks for your support.